Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. So this week's video, I wasn't sure I was going to get one out. My wife had surgery, so I haven't had a chance to get out here and really do anything. But I want to do what I'm hoping is a quick video. So before I start with any of this, I say this in all my videos, I'm not sponsored by anything that I use in any of my videos. This is all stuff that you can pick up various locations. I'll put links in the description below for every place where I got the things I'm going to be using. So now let's get into it. So some of you seen in some of my videos, what I use usually for an abrasive paste is Yorkshire grit. Well, I'm running low on Yorkshire grit and I thought, hey, can I make this stuff myself? And I found a video on YouTube, which I'll put a link to in the description below. The guy who does the video also has a blog, which came up in my Google search. But it is Mike Peace over at Mike Peace Wood Turning. He got the recipe I'm using is the recipe he uses in his video, which is the recipe he got from someone else's video, who he is also including in the description of his video. There are a lot of questions that came up with some of this stuff, and whatever he wasn't able to answer, he suggested you go look at the video where he got the description from, because in the comments there's a lot of questions that he didn't actually be able to cover, but were covered in that discussion on that video. Okay, so let's get into it. Parts you're going to need. You're going to need 5 parts mineral oil. Mineral oil is food safe. This is actually a lubricant laxative, but however, any kind of oil or anything you put on a butcher block that is specifically made for a butcher block is going to have mineral oil in it. You're going to need beeswax. This is bleached beeswax. I had this for some other projects I was doing, but I figured since I had it, I'm going to use it. And you're going to need 1 part diatomaceous earth. Now, diatomaceous earth you can find at Home Depot. I don't know if you can find it at Lowe's. I wasn't able to, but I may have just been looking in around the wrong area. This is used to get rid of creepy crawlies. However, it is also food safe, believe it or not. You can eat this stuff. I don't know anybody who wakes up in the morning and says, hey, you know what sounds good? A diatomaceous earth's omelet. But anyway, they use this in a lot of different products. One in particular is toothpaste. That was a surprise to me when I found it out. But this is all, it's 5 parts mineral oil, 1 part beeswax, 1 part diatomaceous earth. Now it's all done by weight, not volume. So got my handy dandy measuring cup here, and as you can see, there's a whole lot of marks on there, isn't there? This was also something I used that dealt with lye, and the lye took all the ink off of it. So since this has no markings on it, it's perfect for something by weight. Now, you may look at some of these bottles and say, hey, it says 16 fluid ounces, so that's 16 ounces, right? No. Through some other projects I've done, I have learned that just because it is fluid ounces, that is volume, that is not weight. So we're going to weigh this out and see what that comes to. Then we'll do a little bit of math, figure out what 1 part, since it's 5 parts to 1 part to 1 part, we'll figure out how much this weighs at 5, and then divide that by 5, and that'll tell us what our 1 part of beeswax needs to be and what our 1 part of diatomaceous earth is. So give me just a minute. I'm going to readjust my camera to where you can actually see the scale and everything as I'm weighing all this stuff out, and I'll be right back in a moment. All right, everyone. So I'm using my tripod. It's a selfie tripod. Basically, it comes with a light and everything. You can get it on Amazon. I'm using my phone on this, so bear with me because I can't adjust it any further than this. So I'm going to turn that on, and it is set for ounces, and it is set at 0 right now. So all right, so 16 fluid ounces is equal to roughly 14.46 ounces. So what I'm going to do is, since I got 2 bottles here, I'm going to make it an even 15 ounces. So that way we know that the 1 part beeswax and the 1 part diatomaceous earth that we're going to need are going to be 3 ounces. All right, so now that we're basically at 15.3, I couldn't get it right at 15, but we're going to put this in the crock pot and let that heat up. The crock pot's been on for a few minutes. I just picked this up at Goodwill, so I wanted to make sure that it actually worked before I started this whole thing. All right, so now that the mineral oil is in the crock pot and is heating up, we're going to go ahead and measure out the beeswax. Now again, you can get beeswax at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. You can get the granulated yellow like this or the big block. This is just bleached white beeswax, and I had this for another project I was doing, so I just want to go ahead and use this up. Alright, now we'll let this finish heating up so the wax can actually melt, and then we'll measure out the diatomaceous earth and add that in. Alright, so while we're still waiting on the wax to finish, I thought I'd go ahead and measure out the DE so we can get that so it's ready to mix in as soon as the wax is melted. Like a super fine powder, guys, so when you go to pour it, make sure you have a mask or something on, which reminds me, I need to go grab mine. I will be right back. All right, guys, safety first. Wear a mask. All right. All right, guys, now that the beeswax is melted, I'm going to add in the DE. Now, something you need to know while you're mixing this is a sediment, and it will settle at the bottom. So whenever you start adding it, you definitely want to make sure that you continually stir it. All right, everybody, so this is what it looks like whenever you first get it started. I've unplugged the crock pot, so as it starts cooling off, the beeswax will start solidifying, and then that's how we'll get this mixed up. Well, it's coming along. It's starting to thicken up a little bit. And as you can see, I cheated a little bit. I took it out of the actual metal part of the crock pot. And I even got an ice pack to help cool it down a little bit. But I didn't think anybody wanted to watch me sit here and stir this for hours on end. But you see it's getting some build up here. I keep having to scrape some off of the side, and whenever I stop stirring it, it starts to solidify pretty good, so I keep stirring it so the DE doesn't actually settle to the bottom. So as you see, there's a bunch of clumps right there, so, and then whenever I go to stir it back up, it reliquefies a little bit here, so next time I do this, if I decide to do this again, I will have to use a beater or something and have a bowl of ice to sit this in whenever it's done. I don't know how thick this is supposed to actually get before you consider it done. And it's about the consistency on a warm day that Yorkshire gets right about now. but the bottom still feels a little warm. So
Many unbearable hours later.
what I've been doing with some of the stuff I'm scraping off of the sides and scraping off of the actual stir stick, I put in one of these little guys here. So hopefully this is the consistency I'm looking for. Had a couple of old sprinkles containers. Been reusing these. So I'm gonna throw it in here and see how much this made up. But this is about 2.22 ounces by weight. Looks like I'm gonna need another container, guys. So this is 11.57 ounces. Yep, 11.57 ounces. So just under 12 ounces right there. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me scoop the rest of this out, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the end. So I'll come back whenever I get all this out of here and everything. Hey everybody, so everything's finished. I got it in the containers. I think I got enough out of here. I'm not sure, but now before we go any further with this, with the weight for the containers I used and everything else like that, I want to start off saying this is not an instructional video by any means. This is just me experimenting. I am not telling everyone that they need to make their own. If you have an abrasive paste that you like, stick with it unless you want to try to make your own. Having said that, the formula I use, the 5:1:1, I found Googling. There's quite a few different people who have these videos out there who show you how to make your own. You can give it a try. I encourage people to experiment on some of this stuff. I wanted to find something that would give me a higher grit than what the DE from what I Googled shows, and it says that it's around 320 grit. I don't believe that after sanding up to about 600 and 800 and then going to use an abrasive paste. If it is going to be 320, it would make you feel like you're going backwards. So I don't think that is correct on the grit value, or not sure exactly how to word it, what I'm looking for here. But so my next turning video, I'm looking forward to actually using this stuff to see how it works compared to the Yorkshire. So having said that, moving forward, I got about 3 containers. I did a small one here for a friend of mine at work. This one's in between 2 and 3 ounces. I got a full container, which is about in between 11 and 12 ounces. And this one, I did not have a empty container to zero out my scale, but this one's about half full. So I'm going to guess somewhere around 5 ounces maybe. I know Yorkshire grit, they sell theirs at 277 grams, which breaks down to about 8 ounces. So considering I got a little more than 8 ounces out of this, and I might have used $5 worth of ingredients, $5-6 worth of ingredients, I'm looking forward to giving this a try. Now, again, not suggesting to make your own, but if you want to experiment, here's just one example, one formula anyway. I got this recipe again after Googling it, and I found Mike Peace at Mike Peace's Wood Turning, which the video I'm going to put down into the description below. He also has a blog that he had it typed out in as well. We're going to go over to the sticker board now. Hey everybody, welcome back to the sticker board. So today's additions, we have Doug Miller at Wood Spun and Round. Doug's been following me since he's one of the first people to actually follow my YouTube channel. So happy to have his sticker and get him up on the board. I'll put his YouTube and Instagram down at the bottom. Doug, your sticker is right here. And this next one I'm pretty excited about. So, as I said, whenever I started the sticker board, Doug over at Paul Barn Productions was a huge one of the big inspirations to me for some of the stuff I've actually done, and it was his idea to do the sticker board. Another individual who's been a huge inspiration to me is Ken Moon over at Moon Pie Creations. And Ken, your sticker's right here. But I'll definitely put Ken's YouTube and Instagram down in the description as well. I wish I knew how to do the thing in the corner. Haven't figured that out yet, guys. So bear with me on that. But yeah, definitely go check out Doug and Ken. And again, if you like this video, please subscribe, hit the bell, so that way you get notifications whenever I actually do a new video. I try to do these weekly. And please comment. Tell me what you liked about this video. Tell me what you didn't like about this video. Share the video. Just everything helps with me being able to grow this channel and being able to do a lot more